just got to go a little bit deeper, and it'll come out pretty good.
Can I catch your name again, brother?
Jeff Theesfeld. I really should have brought my cards today.
Of the Albuquerque Factors Guild.
Yeah, right here it is. That's me, right? Jeff, I did this design. So this is a design that I did specifically for Peridot because it has the little lily, what they call lily pad inclusions. And I just love the design and I called it Lily. It looks kind of like a lily. You can see the petals from like the lily flower. I've cut it 4 or 5 times and it's spectacular. Cut it for friends, and I plan on doing a competition with this cut.
I wish you luck, brother.
Yeah, it's a pretty gem.
At this competition, is everything cut at the competition?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, you do them on your own time, and then you send them in for particular judging, and they all come to one place. In the AGTA, the American Gem Trade Association, it all happens, I believe, actually I don't know where it gets judged, I'm sorry.
No worries.
But it's all online. It's one of the best competitions there is. The U.S. Factors Guild has a single stone competition, and that's where I got my master's certificate. But I do plan on cutting gems to compete in this competition this year. You can kind of see what the powder looks like. This is the swarf that comes off of the gem, and you use the water to remove it, and it goes down into the pan and down into my bucket here. So you're creating high value dust.
I've actually had people contact me to buy my lapidary juice for their elixirs. For the metaphysical. No, they had asked me to clean my machine. Nice.
Cool.
When I cut just that one rock and they'd want it.
Well, okay, so I have another interesting one. There's a guy by the name of Phil Simmons who owns mine rights down in Carlsbad, New Mexico, and he mines something called halite, and halite is salt. So I'm cutting, it's hard to cut, but it takes a lot of special care to cut salt, because clearly you can't use water on it, it'll dissolve.
Ooh.
Right? So I'm working on cutting a piece of salt. So one of the little secrets I've learned is the final polish. One of the best results I've had is actually licking it.
Oh, wow. Fantastic.
Saliva has some salt, sodium content to it.
And it keeps, so if it's already salinated, it'll keep it from dissolving.
You kind of lick it, or you use a saturated water salt solution, and you just lightly touch it. So it's kind of fun, but you get to taste it.
Is it a good seasoning?
The GIA, which is the Gemological Institute of America, I believe it is, they have a recommendation for how to cut halite, which is salt. They say grind it up in your salt shaker and put it on the rim of your glass for a margarita. They don't recommend you cut it. So that's kind of fun. But it's actually a beautiful gem.
Have you, when you were learning to facet, did you learn on an Ultratech?
Yes, this is the machine I learned on.
Oh, fantastic.
Yep.
You guys got history.
I cut my first gem on my mentor's machine, which was similar to this, and then I bought this machine within weeks, and I've been cutting on it ever since. And I got my master's certificate on this machine.
Fantastic. I know I asked before, but where is that Peridot from? Peridot.
Okay, the Peridot, I like to say Peridot because that's what they call it at the mine. It's from San Carlos, Arizona. And the miner, it's called Peridot Dreams, is Stevie Joey, and he's over here selling his material. Fantastic guy. He's got a lot of stuff online. If you just look up Peridot Dreams.
Peridot Dreams. Stunning. For your final polish on this Peridot, what would you use?
50,000 grit, this right here, which is half micron spray, and I spray it on a special lap. It's called a bat lap.
And is that copper or aluminum?
No, it's a special alloy. It's a, if you go to Gearloose, gearloose.com, they sell bat laps on Gearloose.
Fantastic.
I might also polish this on a Corian lap.
Oh, wow.
With this as well, because the Corian's a little bit softer, a little bit less harsh on the coating of the softer Peridot. So either one would work real well.
A blessing.
And I'll be there here in a little while. It's kind of fun to see how the shape's turning out.
I saw it evolve quite a bit since I first got here. Oh, look at that.
So you kind of have to have some imagination, to see what it's going to do. Can you see it?
Oh yeah, stunning.
So it's going to be nice. My guess is it started out at about 16 carats. I'm shooting for 7. 7 would be real nice. That's almost a 50% yield. It's hard to get that kind of yield.
Did they say you should expect about less than 70, like about 70% of removal, right?
Most often 25% to 30% is pretty good. 33, which is a third, is very good most of the time. The people I've been learning from and studying are pushing me to shoot for 40 to 60% yield. And in the right gems, you can do it.
And in the right hands, I bet too.
Hard. But there's a certain process that you have to go through to maximize it. 30% is quite standard. 30% yield.
Blessing.
Yep. So you start with 100 carat, you end up with 30 carat. Start with 10, end up with 3. And that's what you kind of have here. I have a good selection. These are 8 to 10 carat pieces of Peridot. And you can see the color is just phenomenal. Right? So 8 to 10, those would cut. I'd be real happy with a 3 carat gem. Some of them I'd try to get more. So here you have some smaller ones. 4 to 5, 1 carat would be fantastic. 2 would be fantastic. But they're good quality. From San Carlos, Arizona.
Blessing.
I'm also showing, that's my sapphire.
Stunning. I beg your pardon, I didn't mean to interrupt you. You're also showing...
Well, it's kind of fun to see some difference in amethyst, for example. To start with, this is a very nice amethyst. It's going to produce a really gorgeous gem. Okay? Although it's going to turn out light, even though it looks dark, it's dark because of the size. This one, on the other hand, is going to be dark, beautiful, no matter what.
Look at that.
Can you see the difference? So the quality of the rough is quite significant when you're buying gems. Okay? And this isn't the best light to see it by either.
That's a nice headlamp, right?
Incandescent works much better to see the real true color.
Wow, yeah, you're totally right.
Okay. See how this one washes out a bit? So it's pretty interesting. Just good to show.
It's a pleasure. Thank you so much. How long have you been doing this, brother?
3 years.
Wow. I would have thought you were doing this since you were a child.
3 years.
How long has the Albuquerque Factors Guild been around?
30-some years? It's been around quite a while, maybe even longer. This is a book of designs from my mentor, Ernie Hawes. Ernie, in Albert, he was, I believe, the superintendent of one of the schools in Albuquerque. Maybe even Albuquerque Academy, I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure. He's fantastic. his designs, he has, I want to show you two things. This year, this design, which is called the Prince of Portugal, is the Grandmaster design for the U.S. Factors Guild single stone competition.
Oh, wow. What a blessing.
And I will be cutting this for the competition. It is hard. It's got 117 facets. It's tough. But gorgeous, gorgeous gem. My favorite gem of his is what's called the Queen's Fancy. You can tell I've used this one quite a bit. The Queen's Fancy is one of the 5 competition gems in the International Faceting Challenge. So you're going to get people from all around the world cutting this gem this year for competition.
You know, I didn't.
As well as myself.
I was always under the impression, since faceted gems can actually be trademarked, that perhaps other folks weren't allowed to cut those cuts.
It's up to the designer.
Oh, but the designer, that person...
The designer can copyright it.
Ernie's okay with folks cutting his...
We got all his permission.
Oh, what a
Of course he wants to have his gems in the competition. You know? They're fantastic. So, you know, I think it depends on the commercial. If you think you have a product that's going to make you a lot of money, it makes sense. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure...
I have not put this one in the public yet. But that's only because I want to do competition first.
Wow.
This one's so hard to cut. I do something very unique called splitting the index. So a lot of the angles are fractional angles that people will not be able to cut. But it's a good cut. It's fantastic. It's actually easy to cut. It looks so complicated, but it's on the easy side.
Fantastic.
With the right machine, perhaps.
I would imagine anyone capable of cutting Ernie's cuts would be more than happy to say whose cuts they were.
Yes, that's pretty much right. Ernie is one of the best instructors that's been around for years and years. Wow, that's going to be nice. I love the shape. Imagine that as a pendant.
Whew.
And the color is going to be very, very nice.
Stunning. Thank you so much, brother. It's really a pleasure to talk to the master here. I know you have one of the best machines here, Ultratech, but have you ever used like a JPEG or anything just for fun? Just to give it a whirl and twirl?
I have not. What you're referring to, JPEG, is what's known as a jam peg. Mm-hmm. Those have been historically around for a long time. They're not terribly accurate. They're known for being what's called native cut gems. Some of the better machines, Facetor is probably the most popular machine, and they're perfectly good. They're great machines. They don't quite have the accuracy that this Ultratech has, but they're still very, very good machines. Polymetric makes a really good machine. Facet, a lot of upper end facetors cut with Facet. There's a guy in Bangkok, Justin Prim is his name, and you can look him up online, Justin Prim, P-R-I-M-M. He is one of the best historians of faceting equipment, and
the World of Faceting videos.
Yeah.
I love that guy.
I've talked with Justin many times. He's a great guy. Also, the founder of the U.S. Factors Guild, his name is Glenn Klein. He's in his 90s. Tomorrow, I'm going to have 42 of his gems here, which are a museum collection. and he was the historian of the U.S. Facetors Guild before me. He's written books called The History of Faceting. Fantastic guy out of California.
What a blessing.
Glenn Klein.
Where's Justin out of?
Justin? Bangkok. But he's originally from the Midwest.
If
he
you
moved
dig
out
deep
to-
in his YouTube channel, you see a lot of music he put out, and it's kind of a wild channel.
Yeah, he gets into the metaphysical end of it too. It gets into the wizardry of gem cutting, which is fun. I like it.
Which is part of the history for sure. Would you mind if I got a shot of your index here?
Come on around if you want. You do get to see a little bit more from this side. I'm pretty much at a point right now where I'm going to switch to a finer grit because I've done all the preforming that I want to do, and I can see what I need to see right now from that gem, what it's going to be. I've gotten rid of most of the damage there. So you see the index. This is a 96 index. So there's 96 different possibilities to select. But you can also use it for different indexes as well. This is the rough. When you want to make fine adjustments, this is called the cheater. So you cheat left or right, and you can see what it does is it adjusts this, and it just makes minute adjustments to the index setting. This is your coarse adjustment on your angle. So if I want to set it to, let's say, 56 degrees, I get it close, and then I make my final adjustment here. And that's 1/100th of a degree.
1/100th.
That's very accurate.
How long have people been capable of getting 1/100th?
Not very long.
Is it as long as the digital masks have been around?
20 years maybe.
Oh, wow. I wonder what the old...
But you can still cut fantastic gems without going to that. You go by feel.
You ever used a scratcher before?
I haven't heard that term.
I guess it's, I hear them, referring to, they'll have like a table with like 3 feet, and the index will be on a little table, and you kind of just rub it on the, oh, never mind. Sorry.
Oh, I think the diamond industry uses that. You talk about the thing
Oh,
that
yes.
comes up against?
Yeah.
I've not heard it called scratcher, but that's just because I'm so new.
Sorry, brother.
I do know some people that use those, yeah.
What a blessing.
Yeah, at this point, I have to give a bunch more thought to how I'm going to finish this design on the pavilion. But it's coming in really well.
Thank you so much, brother.
Sure, no problem.
Such a pleasure.
Sure.
Can I catch your name one more time?
Jeff
Jeff?
Theesfeld.
Thank you so much.
Yep.